Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the ThePandaPhotographer, and disclaimer, Blackmagic Cinema or Blackmagic Design did not ask me to pull this tutorial or this guide to help you along the way, so you can use your Android or your iOS device with Blackmagic app. So ladies and gentlemen, for the last 90 days since I got my iPhone 14 Pro, I've been using this app non-stop. So keep this in mind. Disclaimer, I am a big fan of this app. This should have been something for us pro users, for pro tier smartphones for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, as an independent filmmaker, as a documentarian, as a photographer, I want to justify that why you should be using the Blackmagic app for your iPhone or your Android devices that are listed. Mostly, they're going to be listed for the Android devices that are going to be listed as pro tier devices. So keep this in mind, like Google Pixel Pro, Samsung 24 Ultra or 25 Ultra, even the Apple Ultra. So keep that in mind. So ladies and gentlemen, I've been using this to shoot all of my video. So I'm going to actually show you a little montage right here.
One minute. We're doing alley-oop anything at $20 right now. Colorado, US.
But with that said, everyone, now I know you're looking at my display. My shutter speed is incorrect. You are correct. That's because I'm not using any ND filters at the time of this recording. So I'm gonna set it at 2000 just to give you guys a run the gun. So you should always use ND filters when shooting video, okay? I'm shooting at 23.98 frames a second. Normally I use in Maven Filters, a 6-stop when it's bright daylight, and when it's cloudy, a 3-stop with the CPL. So keep that in mind. You also have the option to change your lens format. If you want the Y17, the 24mm that you can see in the corner here, you can also use LUTs in real time. I'm going to show you that in a moment. I just want you guys to take a moment to look at your display. You have your Instagram to your left and your audio indicators to your right. You have how much time do you have to record video? 42 minutes and 41 seconds. That's how much time I have left. So keep this in mind. On top, everybody, you can choose your shutter speed by selecting, and it would highlight blue. This is important. So when you hold down that blue button, you can also unhighlight that. But keep this in mind. When you highlight the blue button, you can also lock it at the same time, as you saw, as I locked it on my right. Now I'm going to unlock it. So when you are doing video, make sure this is a very important tool to use when you're shooting a scene, especially a constant lit scene. If the scene is transitioning from dark to lit, you may want to manually adjust this. Keep this in mind. I've been practicing manual focusing and manual adjusting. You also have the option to choose your shutter speed. You want 25, 24, 30, 60? That's your option. Like I said, you can choose the lens that you want. You want the 13mm, which is a 5 times. You also have the 24, which we're on right now. Then you have the 48, which is the 2 times. And the 3 times is the 77. And you can use your front-facing camera as well. Same thing with ISO performance. You can change the ISO performance. I shouldn't say ISO. I don't like saying that. ISO. But white balance and tint. I use tint when I'm shooting 24, 23.98 frames a second. And I love that that little bit of that tilt color to my film look, so it may vary. Keep that in mind. Now you can use, mind you can detect zebras. You can use your face detection. To have that, you have your rule of thirds. You also have your waveforms and LUTs. You can choose your LUTs. You have the option to choose your focus. Now, like I said, normally this is on auto, and sometimes it's on manual. Especially when I'm shooting something, I literally put in a manual, and from there, I will shoot my scene. I will practice my scene first, and then start recording it. So always remember to practice the scene 3 times before you start recording. You got your highlights or exposure values. You can change this on the fly as well. Now, stabilization, you can have it on standard, off, cinematic, or extreme. When you shoot in 23.9 and 24, you should have this on cinematic in the first place. Okay? Keep that in mind. And this is your zoom. You can use manual zoom when you want to zoom in, but this is rarely used. But keep this in mind, this is an option. It's there. And now you can also imprint slates, lens data, reels, scenes, and take times as well, as if you're doing a production shoot. Now, when you are recording video, this is where your media or your clips are going to be. You can also have an option to log into Blackmagic Cloud if you choose to. You can also log into the chat of Blackmagic if you want to join a community. That's your choice. I haven't experienced that yet. But at the moment, I want to show you the very important tools for this, because this is very important. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're going to record video, you have options based on how much storage space you have. So I'm shooting Apple ProRes 422 or 422 HQ. Right now I'm shooting ProRes 422 because I'm shooting this on the iPhone 14 Pro. Now, in camera settings, you have the option to enable vertical video if you're doing videos for Instagram, TikTok, and whatever they may be, whatever platform that you're shooting on. You can also use the volume rockers or trigger to record video, or use it as a record trigger to record video. You can lock your white balance as well while recording video. You can do a lot of very interesting things like flicker-free shutter, which you should be setting at 50. So depends on where you are and what country you are living in. Keep this in mind. You can use anamorphic lenses, which is very important because a lot of filmmakers out there want to use anamorphic lenses. You can de-squeeze or unsqueeze anamorphic lenses in this option. That is an option here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Audio. You can set your audio based on where you want to set your audio. That's up to you, how you want to record your audio. Okay? And you can set up the iPhone audio front, back, whatever you want to. You can do front, bottom, back. Same thing with audio source. You can say headset. You can change the audio bit rate from 41 kilohertz to 48. Now, when you're monitoring your video, you have color lines, you have focus assist, you have your guide optices, you have your guide colors, you have your grid capacity, you have your HDMI out. The iPhone can use alternate options to monitor out. There is options for that. And you can record proxies if you want to. You can upload those proxies, you can live sync those proxies, that's up to you. And here are all the settings for that. Okay, you can enable upload over Wi-Fi when using proxies. Now, you can either have your your LUTs display and burnt in while recording, or you can have it display but not have it burnt in as you record. You just want to get a feel and a look on how it will look, so when you do go into the processing and editing of your video, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to have to apply that same LUTs and add how much LUTs that you want to apply. So, and this is where I have a caveat. I feel like I can't adjust how much LUTs I want to put onto the video while burnt in, while recording on the iPhone. And I can't seem to find any guide or measurement where I can control the capacity of that LUTs. So this is why I say you just probably want to pre-record without it burnt in and then add it in post. This is where you upload those LUTs or those presets. So keep that in mind. Accessories, you can use a Bluetooth device, you can use any nucleus lens, wireless lens controls, which I'm not very familiar with that yet. But as I said, there's other options here that you can do. You can reset your settings, read all about it. But most importantly, everybody, this has been over my 90 days using the Blackmagic app. I find it very useful and very, this is the filmmaker's dream tool for smartphones. If you have a flagship smartphone at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favor. Download this app, it's free. It's going to, mind you, you're going to have a learning curve around anything that you download or learn about. But trust me, use ND filters and shoot at the right shutter speed for your video, and trust me, your video is going to look so much better than your friends' videos. Your friends are going to be like, hey, how's your video so smooth and my video has some tearing going on? That's because, man, I use ND filters and the right shutter speed. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been my experience with the Blackmagic app for the iPhone, and it's a very, dude, I cannot stop using it. So I recommend it, and you guys think it's something that you want to use, let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.